One of the easiest mistakes to make as a filmmaker is spending money like the work is already coming. I definitely did that early on in my career. I financed gear because I thought future gigs would eventually pay for it. The problem was, I didn't actually have those gigs yet. I was basically spending money based on work I had imagined. You buy a nicer camera, a new lens, maybe a bigger kit, and it's really easy to convince yourself, I'll make this back on the next few jobs. But buying the gear doesn't create those jobs. And if you need work that isn't booked yet just to afford the payment, you're taking on risk before the business is even ready for it. So now I try to ask a question to myself, not what gear do I want, but what is my work actually asking me to buy? Maybe clients keep asking for something your current kit can't do. Maybe rentals are starting to cost enough that owning makes more sense. Or maybe one piece of equipment could genuinely make your shoots faster and more profitable. That's something I want to ask my buddy Jesse, who runs Delamar Media, because they've had to make those decisions while growing an actual production business.
The one for me, I swear.
And he's also a groomsman. But anyway, the topic of the video, Jesse, was when you're buying gear, when it's going to serve a business need, and how do you think about it financially when it comes to your gear, your kit? And
I think there's a threshold. I try to make sure any of my purchases are an investment that would benefit me in the long term. But then there's also the issue where some things just need to become more convenient, so I'd rather spend the money to make it easier on myself when I'm working. I have the Rode Mic 2, not the Pro, but the 2. And I've also seen that DJI has the hot shoe integration straight into Sony system, so you don't have to use a cable. That's really nice to have. Do I need to invest in it? No. Is it a nice thing that I could use that would make it easier for me to shoot video with audio for like labs? Yeah, it'd be cool to have it. But investment-wise, I don't think I need to make that investment unless for some freakish reason my Rode mics break.
how did you approach it headspace financially when you're adding more camera bodies to your kit? Cash on hand? Like, I know a lot of guys like to finance their stuff, but I feel like you're the type that if you have cash or a lot of liquidity, you're the type to just pay it outright instead of financing the damn thing.
But when it comes to like camera bodies and stuff, I only get it when I know that I've been suffering without it before. For example, for a long time I shot with 2 bodies for photo. A long time. And I realized that I can improve my quality of video if I just dedicate one body to a third angle for ceremony, as well as invest in a better lens that would better cover the range needed for a ceremony. So that's how I justified my purchase of the Samyang 35 to 150. And it's been great so far. I'm able to always lock in a third angle for ceremony without having to beg my videographer to bring their own camera and possibly incurring an extra fee from that. You know, I'd much rather be the one-man band show who can't provide all bodies at once for all my own work than to rely on a maybe, on a what if, you know? My friend Alex describes me as the Toyota Corolla kind of worker, so I'm just reliable. And I think I'd rather just invest in my own reliability. If I can't depend on myself, who the hell am I gonna depend on?
There you go, mix of camera financing advice. There you have it, Delamar Media. Jesse, thank you, my guy, who's also gonna be my groomsman. But that was the segment. Because good gear should do something for your business, not just look good sitting on your shelf so you can just post it for an Instagram reel. A light that cuts your setup time in half? Useful. A second camera that lets you take jobs requiring multiple angles? Efficient. But if the main reason you want something is because the rig looks cooler on your social media when attached, that probably isn't improving your cash flow. And yes, I've absolutely bought gear for that reason, and I've learned from it. But this is probably the financial rule I wish I took more seriously earlier. If you can comfortably pay cash, pay cash. Financing turns a piece of gear into a fixed monthly expense. And I get it, everyone has their own different situation and headspace when it comes to financing and 0% interest. But sometimes that can be a trap. And freelance income usually isn't fixed. You can have an amazing month followed by a very quiet one, but that payment still shows up. Paying cash avoids interest and keeps future income from already being spoken for. But the word comfortably matters. If buying this gear wipes out your emergency fund, tax money, or the cash you need to actually run the business, then you probably can't afford it yet. Being broke taught me that the best gear purchases isn't always the thing that gives you the best image. It's the thing your business is actually ready for. Buy gear because the work created the need, not because you're hoping the gear creates the work or just feeds your ego.